Najem Suhail was bought at the Melbourne Premier sale about 4 years ago. He was bought with the idea of bringing him back to South Africa, racing him in South Africa and hoping that he was good enough to go and compete overseas. That's been our buying philosophy when I was back home for a good couple of years. We've done, been coming to Australian sales for many years and buying horses and exporting them to South Africa, racing them there and then sending the good ones on to Dubai to race for Sheikh Highness and the royal family in Dubai. He made his maiden debut at the Vaal Racecourse in South Africa, which he won over 1,000 metres. And then his next start was in a Group 2, the SA Nursery, which previously was a Group 1, but it's a pretty good pointer to good 2-year-olds in South Africa, and he ran second there, showing us that he had a lot of talent and that he was worthy of travelling overseas. So we put him on the plane and shipped him over to Dubai. He actually would have travelled to Mauritius and England before arriving in Dubai. That's the quarantine protocol of leaving South Africa. So his passport's got more stamps than most people's passports. With the quarantine restrictions, he unfortunately missed his first season in Dubai, and then this year he was gearing up for the carnival, and a week before he was due to run in February, he unfortunately pulled a muscle and couldn't run. So because the carnival's so compact, it's only 3 months long, and the recovery of the pulled muscle was going to just take too long and the carnival will be over by the time he was ready, we opted to come down here to myself and Robbie, and that allowed us the time for the injury to heal and the time to prepare him in a long, lengthy manner, not rushed manner, and have him ready to go to the races in Australia. And as you can see from his 2 trials, he's looked very impressive. It's pretty much what we expected. He's very fast. I'm not too sure of what he was jumping out with. He could have been jumping out with just maidens, but the time was still good and the way he did it was fantastic. But now jump outs there's no prize money in jump outs, so he's got to go to the racecourse and deliver that. He's improved all the while. He's had a couple of good gaps between jump outs. He's a really big horse, big colt, so I'd imagine he still would be ring rusty, not having run for 2.5 years, even with 2 jump outs under his belt. I think the racecourse debut in Australia will bring him on a lot, so I'm hoping that he is fit enough to give a good performance, because the pressure of a race is a lot higher and more intense than the pressure of a jump out. So I don't think he'll be getting a free lead like he does in the jump out. I think there'll be people chasing after him and trying to keep close with him and put him under pressure. So hopefully his ability pulls him through, because I think that he's got a lot of improvement to make being off the track for so long and being such a big, heavy horse. But the work he shows in the morning, he's up to group standard, but he's got to come out and deliver that still. It's all good and well being a morning glory and a jump out champion, but he's got to come and show that on the racecourse. He's very laid back and just takes everything in his stride. In the mornings, he's the slowest horse walking around. He's just so laid back. But when he gets out on the track, he knows what his work is, and he's all guns blazing. So I think the travelling and experiencing all these different places, but at a professional, high standard, everywhere he went, whether it was where he was brought up at Gilgar Farm, to being broken in by my mother, to being trained by me and my father in South Africa, and then by our team in Dubai. He's just developed a fantastic attitude towards life, and it's hopefully going to put him in a good stead for his racetrack career here in Australia. He's a very impressive looking horse and he's ready to run, and we're hoping that all our patience will be rewarded.